A newly released independent investigation has uncovered one of the most disturbing abuse scandals ever associated with a prestigious arts institution in the United States. The investigation into the Interlochen Center for the Arts in Michigan has identified Jeffrey Epstein and 46 other individuals who were allegedly connected to decades of sexual abuse involving students and campers. Investigators documented accounts from more than 70 victims, with allegations spanning nearly 6 decades, from the 1950s through the 2010s. The report paints a troubling picture of how abuse allegedly continued for years while many victims remained silent out of fear, shame, or belief that no one would listen. The investigation was conducted by an independent law firm after Interlochen commissioned an extensive review in response to growing allegations made by former students. Over 2 years, investigators interviewed survivors, former staff members, administrators, and witnesses while reviewing thousands of documents and historical records. The final report, stretching nearly 100 pages, concluded that abuse was not limited to isolated incidents, but instead reflected repeated failures over many decades to adequately protect young students attending one of America's most respected art schools. Interlochen Center for the Arts has long been recognized internationally as one of the leading institutions for music, dance, theater, visual arts, creative writing, and film education. Thousands of talented young artists from around the world have attended its summer camps and boarding programs, with many graduates going on to successful careers in entertainment, music, and the arts. Because of its prestigious reputation, many families trusted the institution to provide a safe environment where students could pursue their artistic dreams. According to investigators, however, that trust was betrayed in numerous cases. Perhaps the most shocking revelation involves Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted sex offender whose crimes have continued to generate headlines years after his death. According to the report, Epstein attended Interlochen as a student during his teenage years before later becoming a donor to the institution. Financial records show that he contributed hundreds of thousands of dollars between the early 1990s and early 2000s. Investigators found allegations from former students who claimed Epstein used his financial support, influence, and connections to gain access to young people attending the school. Several survivors described being invited to Epstein's private lodge near campus or being offered mentorship, scholarships, travel opportunities, and career advice. According to their accounts, these offers initially appeared generous but later became part of a grooming process that eventually led to alleged sexual misconduct. Investigators emphasize that these allegations are based on survivor testimony collected during the independent review and form part of the broader findings presented in the report. The investigation also references Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, who was convicted in 2021 for helping recruit and groom underage girls for sexual abuse. Court testimony from previous legal proceedings revealed that one survivor first encountered Epstein and Maxwell while attending Interlochen's summer arts program during the mid-1990s. Although Maxwell herself was not an employee of the institution, her name appears in the report because of her alleged connection to activities involving Epstein and some former students. While Epstein's name has attracted significant public attention, investigators stress that he was only one of 47 individuals identified in the report. The remaining names include former teachers, counselors, administrators, visiting artists, trustees, volunteers, and other adults connected to the institution over several decades. Some allegedly abused students while serving in positions of authority, while others are accused of inappropriate relationships, grooming behavior, or failing to report misconduct when warning signs became apparent. Investigators found recurring patterns throughout the testimonies. Many survivors described adults who gradually gained their trust by offering special attention, private lessons, career opportunities, gifts, or emotional support before allegedly crossing personal and professional boundaries. In many cases, victims were teenagers who admired respected teachers or visiting artists and felt powerless to challenge authority figures who held influence over their education and future careers. The report suggests that institutional failures allowed abuse to continue for years. According to investigators, complaints were sometimes ignored, minimized, or handled internally without proper reporting to law enforcement. Some former students recalled feeling that raising concerns could damage their artistic careers or result in retaliation. Others said they believed no one would believe them because the accused individuals were highly respected members of the faculty or prominent figures in the art community. For many survivors, the publication of the report represents more than just another news story. It is recognition after years, or even decades, of silence. Many express hope that future generations of students will benefit from stronger protections and greater awareness about grooming, abuse of authority, and reporting misconduct. They also hope that institutions across the country will learn from Interlochen's failures and prioritize student safety above institutional reputation. Although many legal questions remain unresolved, the report stands as one of the most comprehensive examinations of alleged misconduct at a major American arts institution. It documents the voices of more than 70 survivors, identifies dozens of individuals accused of abuse or misconduct, and calls attention to systemic failures that allowed harmful behavior to continue across multiple generations. As more institutions examine their own histories, the Interlochen investigation serves as a powerful reminder that transparency, accountability, and listening to survivors are essential in preventing abuse and rebuilding public trust.